You don't want your tools to get wet, but inevitably sometimes they do. We had these in a dry spot, but the snow is really blowing in here today, so they're all wet with snow. So we're gonna take these in and clean them up. And in this case, since it's snow, we were able to get it before it was really able to start melting, but this one really filled up. Probably should just take all these out. While all the sockets are out, I'm gonna take the opportunity to clean them, put a little bit of oil on the rag, and then just wipe them off. Inside these pins on a pair of pliers, it's important, especially if it was just rusting a little bit, put a little bit of oil on that joint. So move it back and forth, work it in, because if a little bit of moisture gets in there and it starts to rust, these won't move. Now with everything a little bit cleaned up, we'll go ahead and start putting them back in their places. It's always great whenever you put everything back in the case and you can tell which ones you're missing, and right here we're missing the 3/8 drive, 17mm, and I bet it's probably outside on the car we were just working on in the snow. And sure enough, it was outside in the snow. So we got the full set now, and this set we've had for about 30 years. We got it from Harbor Freight, probably back whenever they were just doing mail order, and we haven't lost any of these sockets except for this one here, which we broke whenever we were taking off some really stuck lug nuts. This is the 11/16. Whenever we broke it, we took it into Harbor Freight and they gave us a brand new one. So that was super convenient and really great customer service on their part. On one side of these sockets, they're pretty rusty. The other side is pretty clean. So on this side, I'm just gonna clean it off with the wire wheel. It looks a lot better with the wire wheel, but I want it to be more of that chrome finish, so I'm gonna buff it off a little bit on the wheel. Whenever they shine up like this, it really makes you not want to leave it out in the snow. Alright, these are all cleaned up, and there's still a little bit of pitting where the rust was, but it's a lot better than what it was now, and I can start reinstalling them on the little carrier here. This old Craftsman breaker bar I just finished cleaning up again. There was some rust on it from whenever we left it out. And this is probably from the 50s. This would have been my great-grandfather's. And just about every single job that we do, we always use this. Now with everything cleaned up, it's nice to have everything in its place. It's important to always put the tools back. Like, say the 17mm, if we didn't put everything back in its place, we could have left that in the car and it could have gotten towed away whenever it was junked. So you always want to put everything back and take inventory and make sure you have all your tools.